Is Weapons the best horror movie of the year? I don't really think so, but I did really like it. I'm Real Slim Katie 25. Let's get into it. This is one of those movies that I was kind of afraid to watch because it was really, really hyped up. The marketing team for this film has done an amazing job. I love when horror movies kind of come out of the horror niche and people who don't always love the genre are interested in talking about the movie. That's when I know that it's like, oh, this is something notable. And I know this too because my dad went to see the movie, basically because all of the MCU was in it. And I've really enjoyed Zach Kreger, at least Barbarian. I super enjoyed. Was a very unexpected surprise. I don't always do the best with slow burn, but in the case of Weapons, I think it really paid off. So just to get started, I love the beginning. Narration in just a simple storytelling manner makes me feel like such a kid, and I love it. Something about all the lights in the neighborhood and kids coming home for dinner, that kind of thing, makes me nostalgic. The small town mystery thing always makes me nostalgic for something I never really lived. Or maybe it's just making me nostalgic for when Stranger Things first came out. I don't know. And I want to say, this is not going to be a spoiler for your review. So if you have not seen Weapons yet, save this to watch later and come back once you have. Because one of my first notes that I wrote down is, wow, you gotta feel like shit to be the one kid left behind, right? Well, I wasn't incorrect about that. Super interesting because basically the first 3 minutes of the movie recapped what we've all seen from the trailers. And I always wondered, the trailers give so much of the premise away. Like, why are they doing that? I was like, oh, I get it, because we're not going to talk about the premise for the next hour. Felt a little bad for Justine. As soon as she walked into the liquor store, I was like, hey, is that rat guy from Euphoria? Guess what? It was Austin Abram, resident rat boy from Euphoria. He's not hot, but he looks like he'll gaslight you. I'm going to say it. He had a great performance in this. Benedict Wong has a charming, lovely performance as the principal, as well as shocking and exciting. It kind of makes me wish he would do more horror. And I feel like he was completely justified in their conversation at the beginning that you have to set professional boundaries. I work at a school. I totally understand there is a healthy line of boundaries that you can have with students and still support them. One thing I didn't agree with, they said hugging a student that's crying is too much. Fuck that. If a student is crying and they need a hug, I'm here. I'm not going to force a hug on a student, but like if they need it, I'm not going to be like, fuck you, bitch. But driving a student home, that's fucking crazy. And I wouldn't hire a teacher. I think maybe that's done. I mean, I, again, don't know the circumstances, but I'm like, oh, that's clearly a breach of professional boundaries. Next up in my nonlinear review, I really enjoyed the relationship Justine had with Paul. Just in that first scene, there was some really great acting, unspoken moments. Their relationship was so clearly defined without them having to say anything in particular. Honestly, really great acting moments there. Very surprised. Also, as someone who also looks visibly queer but still likes men, it was nice to see myself represented on screen. No further comment. And then I said 30 minutes in, still not sure what the deal is. Absolutely. But I think worth it. Already clocking, parasites mentioned. Very first mention is in the board, like written on her board in the classroom. So new from the very beginning. Obviously super ties into which parasitic tendencies, trying to feed off of souls, energy, whatever that is. But cool that they planted that bug so early in the movie. And when Gladys first jump scares you, I literally said, why does she look like a worse version of Lady Gaga in the Applause music video? Now tell me that I'm fucking wrong. Now look me in the eyes and tell me I'm fucking wrong. You can't, because I'm right. Because I'm right. Justine, girl, I know you're having a hard time, but you can't stalk this poor student. I mean, ultimately, it worked out because then she was able to save their lives. But I feel like it sets a bad precedent to be pro-stalking. Then we get to this whole Archer section, and it pissed me off because the paint can said Deep Cherry on it. That's not how buying paint works. They mix it for you. I felt insulted by the props person. Like, just have a normal... I understand. It's whatever. The floating gun in the sky was very interesting. And then I was like, huh, cool. So cool. Reminded me of Nope, of looking up in the sky and being like, huh, what the fuck's happening now in the sky? Also, at this point in the movie, I had laughed a couple of times, and then the teenage boys sitting to the left of us mocked me going, ha, ha. And then the people to the right of me knew they were making fun of me and laughed at that. Yay. Also, shout out to him eating Subway in the car. That's the second product placement I've seen for Subway with this and Friendship. Good job, Subway. You're doing good things. Was super excited to see a fun little bit part from Justin Long, the king of horror. It's so funny because I do think we'll look back and be like, man, Justin Long has made significant contributions to the genre. I just love seeing his face and stuff. It makes me happy. Comfort actor. Paul, I didn't even feel bad when he broke his sobriety. Like, I felt a little bad for him, but like not really. I loved that the whole narrative tie-in of Paul's vignette was, oh no, cop faces the consequences of his own actions. Fuck it. Love that shit, man. Let's do more of that. That was good. That was great to watch. Also, he's an idiot because I would never like get into a cheating situation, but I really wouldn't if I was dating my boss's daughter. An idiot. But you know what they say? They say ACAB. They say ACAB, and I mean it. Paul's also an idiot. He went into the house without a warrant, which not like they would prosecute because they were clearly in the wrong, but wrong. Did kind of feel bad that Euphoria Rat Boy was trapped in the car. Aw, man. It was funny. And I love that this movie leaned into humor and allowed itself to be funny. It's part of what I respected so much about it is like, yeah, I can be scary and I can also be funny, and that's okay. It's really nice. It's lovely. Cool to watch again. Parasites came up on the TV right before she came over, and that cunty little teal suit and the yellow sneakers, that ate. Frankly, that ate. Sorry. I know this clip will age me in a few years, truly, but that shit ate. Seriously. To quote Allison Brie, Lil Mama head come off. Can I say, of everything in the movie, amazing scenes, great graphics, the black vomit, the tearing Gladys apart on the lawn, the saddest thing to me was seeing Alex struggle how to use a can opener. And then the next day he got Pop Tops. I felt so bad for him. Like, so bad for him. This, like, I could tell I really, really enjoyed this, like, fifth-ish act because I stopped taking notes. I was like, finally, they've edged the audience for almost 2 hours. Finally tell us where we get to at this point. But I think the slow burn worked only because it was, you're trying to figure it out, but you're not trying so hard to figure it out that it's upsetting, and the whole time you're like, God, just let me figure it out. Like, they allow that to build, as my friend Dr. Avram Lessing would say, build the tension, and they do a great job in that. In that venue, they succeed here. Well. I think this would be a really fun movie to segue somebody who doesn't necessarily like horror. I feel like it's more of a thriller for a lot of it. There are some good elements of gore, especially in the last 15 minutes, that could turn people away, but it's not really jump scary. I guess there's like 3 to 4 Gladys jump scares, but I do think this would be a great like intro to horror movie because I didn't find it particularly terrifying. My dad mentioned there's sequel potential. I'd shoot myself. If there's a sequel for this movie, there's no artistic integrity left. But then again, we're getting Black Phone 2. Art is dead. What can I say? Overall, I enjoyed this movie so much more than I thought it would, especially because people seem to like it, and I feel like once a movie gets overhyped, I have a really hard time trying to enjoy it. But honestly, I had a great time with this. Let me know in the comments, am I crazy? Was this movie actually scary and I'm just desensitized? Let me know what your favorite moments were. I think huge highlight for me has got to be BD Wong was just fantastic and charming. And then seeing that switch in his eyes, I was like, okay, get it, boy. I super enjoyed this movie. Let me know what you guys liked best about it and what was the grossest moment. Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, me and my best friend Louie make videos like this all the time, so please subscribe and check us out for more cool content just like this. Anyways, I will see you later. Bye!